All right, y'all. This is off schedule. We are having our That Talk with JiJi this week on, let's hear my face, on a Wednesday because I have a lot to do tomorrow. But I wanted to make sure I didn't skip out on a guest this week. So my amazing guest was able to bump up the interview to today. So we're early. So happy Bag Talk Wednesday in this case. I'm thinking about possibly moving the show, the lives to Wednesdays. They generally work better for me because Thursdays there's always something for me. And I'm thinking because Thursdays are too close to the weekend and Thursday is technically a weekend. So still something I'm thinking about. But let's wait a second for our guest. So excited. She has a lot of experience in the industry. And I can't wait to really tap her brain about all the amazing projects she has. One of her projects I'm super interested in because I'm a whole true crime junkie. So like Fatal Attraction, Deadly Women, First 48. That's not really my favorite one, but like I'm into the true crime type of thing. I love Unsolved Mysteries, the remake. The older one scares me, but I like the newer one about the newer stories. So let's just wait a minute for our guest. Let me I can send it to her. There we go. Hopefully she gets it. I'm surprised I was able to come together so quickly because every week I say this on the show, but every week is always a week for me. Like I have so much going on. I really have a lot going on. A lot of people say that, but I really have a lot going on. Like for real, for real. And I guess this here. So excited. Oh my God, I hate when Instagram like doesn't let me automatically accept. You have to press like a couple of times. I'm about to say Instagram, you starting y'all mess.
Hey.
Hi, gorgeous. Okay.
Hi. Oh, let me put this up a little bit too, because you know when you go on live,
You know how when you go live and it shifts it pisses me off
shifts
because just
it.
when I have a position right.
What? Why?
Come
Why
on
the
here.
shift, y'all? Why the shift?
I hate that. I want them to fix that. I don't know if that's a glitch, but fix it. Come on, beat face. Clearly, I look
Hello.
like I just came out of it.
Stop it.
My week has been insane, but thank you so much for being so flexible, coming on the show. I'm so happy to have you on.
I'm so
Is
happy
my
to be.
Wi-Fi being weird?
It was a little choppy for like 5 seconds, but you're good.
Okay. It might be me. My Wi-Fi has been so bad this week. I don't know what's happening. I paid my bill. I don't need
Right. Right. Bills are paid.
it.
Sometimes I get
But
off
thank
the
you so much again.
Girl, I got you. I get
Go
off the
ahead.
Wi-Fi sometimes when it comes down to live because live wants to be doing all this other stuff. So I come off the
So you think I
Wi-Fi.
should turn the Wi-Fi off? Because I edit the episodes anyway, like when I
Oh,
upload
you
them on
do?
YouTube.
Oh, it's up to you, girl.
Okay, let me turn it off and see what happens.
You do look better. You look much better.
It's better?
It's so much better.
Yay!
It's like crystal clear.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Mind you, it looked clear on my end, but I know it was like choppy. But thank you so much again for coming on. I know I probably rescheduled like 100 times. I'm like, this girl about to say no. I'm over it.
I'm not. I was like, no, I really wanted to come on, especially I'm back on live, so I'm like, let me get ready, and I made content. I got a new camera.
Yes.
So I'm so excited. I got a new camera, so I would just do my makeup, and it just made sense for me to just do my makeup and then come on here. So I'm excited to be here today, JiJi. I'm so excited.
Oh my God, you have time to do your makeup.
I put a little
Well,
setting
I
on.
couldn't do it today if I wanted to. I'm cleaning my makeup brushes. They're soaking right now, so there's that.
I'm so bougie. I just get new ones. I need to stop doing that.
That's actually.
Because
Oh,
I
you
go
got
to
the points.
well, I get the Shein ones. But you
Oh,
be beating your face though. Your face be looking
I
nice,
try.
girl.
I try. I know we just channel on for those joining and for those who will be watching later on. I have Miss T Talk, real name Tiana Heath.
Yes,
Am I saying your last name right?
Tiana. Yeah,
Oh,
Tiana Heath.
yes.
Hmm.
You are a producer, a host, a director. Can I say that?
Yes, you definitely
Okay.
can say that. That is
You
on.
are all things,
Yes,
basically. A media maven.
yes, that is on. That's on the resi. That's on the resume.
Yes. So, first question, because you've had such an extensive career in media, I would love if you could share some key moments or experiences that have shaped your journey in the industry.
Ooh, I think what definitely shaped my journey because I just celebrated 11 years of doing YouTube and doing Tea Talk. So like shout out to
Yes.
me. Um, I think it's all about what shaped my journey was creating these opportunities for myself. I think that if I didn't create certain opportunities, no, you guys wouldn't even know a slither of who I am or anything like that. I wait for nobody to do what I want to do.
Period.
And it just even as a like I started at 18, I'm about to be 30, about to cry, oh my God. But it's just, when you create those opportunities and you do it yourself on your time and on your terms, it the risk, but the product is like whoa. So it definitely like shaped my entire career and stuff
I
like that.
definitely agree with that because we were on a panel together and we spoke about basically not having opportunities, but we see other people getting the opportunities we want, and it could be for a lot of reasons: nepotism, they're influencers, celebrity children, whatever the reasoning is. So I
Mhm.
feel like a lot of us who have our own platform were kind of forced to go that way, which is not a bad thing, but because we have this experience, by the time people do look at us, it's like I don't really need you anymore, but I'll accept the access that you're going to give me or the extra coinage.
Right, right. And I think, I do want to chime in on that as well. Is that like, yes, I do see people getting more opportunities like on red carpets and on here and on here. I'm like, oh my God, I've been in the industry for this long. But then I'm like, okay, maybe it's not my moment. I give them the time to shine bright. I repost. I'm so happy for my media
Mm-hmm.
friends that have paved the way and made it on MTV, BET, VH1, even. And I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting.
Absolutely.
And it's amazing for them. I'm like, okay, it'll be my turn one day. One day, executive, somebody's gonna see me, be like, okay, we want Miss Tito here, or we want to work with her in this realm or
The
something
girls
like that.
see you. I
But
feel like you have such like I said, an extensive background. And you're doing all these amazing projects on your own, fully funded by you. People see it. They see
my
it.
coin, my coin is I never got a what do you call it, a grant yet, or anything like that. Like I've applied, but I think like with my circumstances just so like I've applied to get a grant to make a missing person show. They're like, wait, hold on, like that's like crazy.
Right.
So as a 20, I was like 26, 7 at the time. Like, she's doing what? I'm like,
I
yeah.
was just talking about that before you came on the missing person show. I was like, I'm such a true crime junkie, and I'm like, I've never like I feel like I'm talking to a celebrity. Never had the opportunity to talk to someone who was like in this realm of creating like those type of genres. So I would love for you to talk about it because
Oh
I'm
my
excited about it.
Yes. Oh my God. Let me break down the life of Missing on Long Island and how that came about. So Missing on Long Island was an epiphany for me. I always tell people that if you want to create, you have to help. That is the number
Mhm.
one thing to creation, is to help. Why do we look at all these creators? Because they're giving us advice, they're helping us with our minds, or they're helping us in some sort of way, or have a solution to the issue.
Mm.
So everything is solution based when it comes down to being a creative. So I was like, okay, I love. It sounds crazy, but I like crime. Missing people is just like my thing. And I've been watching Disappeared. I've been watching Gone. I've been watching all of that for so many years. I'm like, okay, why can't I can make something from where I'm from, on Long Island. So what I did is I made a logo. I just had an idea, and I reached out to college kids like, hey, who want to work with me? The college kids are hungry. Who wants to work with me with creating a show, Missing on Long Island? This and the third. They're like, oh, I want to get on. So I had like my editor, Anthony Del Piano. He worked with me, and we had this vision. And then the first episode, no promo, like no like paid promo, got like you can't pay. Well, maybe you can pay to get promo on YouTube, but I didn't. 230,000 views for the first episode.
Wow.
And I knew I made it, like I mean I was doing something because people were redoing the episode but in a different language. When you make content and they're saying things in Italian and this in Spanish and all of that, is like, oh, you guys translated to all these different languages and to talk about it, it meant something. And with the show is, you know, I did 3 full episodes. I'm fully not in it, but I'm doing all the interviews. I'm sitting down with the parents and the families who've had missing people, missing loved ones. And it's such a, it's very gripping because these people are sad, they're crying, and I'm just sitting here like, what's going on? But I just, you know, I'm just like, oh no, like you know, and then how I directed, you called me a director before, is I kind of directed in the sense that you guys have to choose what do you think what happened. So we give out all of these different scenarios. If this person did it, if that person did it, and it's like, ooh, like, but at the end you don't know who they're missing. They're never found. So it was just is one of the my most profound projects that I've done, besides, you know, hosting and doing over 200 interviews, is just missing on Long Island. Is it takes more time, more work, more extensive research. And that's why I'm like, okay, I got the extensive research under my belt, the fact checking that journalists, you know, want to get into. And yeah, missing on Long Island is, it's doing so well. And even if I don't actively shoot the show, I'm reposting and repurposing my content from the shows.
Right.
And people who have gone missing, they reach out to me, hey, my daughter's missing, can you help? We create those flyers, we get it out there on all the social media platforms. So
I was going to ask how you're vetting for the people's stories to come on. How are they comfortable enough to kind of talk about it? Like, and are you doing reenactments, or is just like full on documentary stuff?
You know, it's so funny. So now we have done like stock video, and we do kind of reenactments with the family members. So if the family members get a phone call, the reenactment that they're doing is looking at their phone. Or they're looking at the cases, or they're looking outside the window. Like, I'm like, it is so funny because me being like an amateur director, I'm like, look out the window right now. Turn your head this way. It is just so funny because like when we look back at our raw footage, it's like, I can't believe we just told these people to just look out the window like that. But it made sense for when it came out. It's like, oh wow, like when they're reminiscing, is that looking out the window, turning a page on your computer, is like I create a story, and creating a cohesive story with, you know, missing people, missing persons is just great. It's just amazing for me to even think to do that. And I don't think a lot of my peers, you know, people always ask, what separates you from others, is just creating content alone like that is just, I don't know another Black woman who made a show on Long Island. I'm gonna say that because I know Black Missing Foundation in Baltimore. Shout out to them. They had their show on they had a little series on HBO. So they're pushing the narrative. I'm not saying like, you know, but at my age, I don't see it. You know, we're chasing the celebrities, we're chasing the culture, we're chasing who's pregnant, who's this and that. And I wanted to chase a social, societal issue.
I love that. And also, there's no such thing as having too many missing stories, especially when it comes to Black people, because we don't get the public. I mean, we have been, and unfortunately, a lot of those been hoaxes. But the stories that really matter, we're not getting a lot of spotlight on it. So I really commend you on that. And then to make it really specific and say, I'm gonna do it based on where I live, Long Island.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it where I live in Long Island. And it's so funny that you say that, because people have asked me about the Carly Russell. They wanted me to be like, oh, come on this podcast. I want to know what you feel about Carly Russell, because these hoaxes are not making it easier for us as Black women who actually go missing. And there's a bunch of missing children in Ohio right now. So on a global standpoint, I share stuff like that for people to, you know, to know. And it's just, it's an issue. I'm putting my life on the line. Like, I'm like, oh, I have, like, people know, like, I tie it to me, but on the missing person page, I'm not I'm not on that. Like, I think I have one video on there, but you don't see my face. I used to have my face until like some videos went viral. I said, oh no, I'm scared. but it leads back to my YouTube channel, so you're gonna know exactly who I am. But Yeah, I've been very trying to be active with that, and I want people to know that I do that because they know me as Miss Tea Talk. They know me as doing interviews with these celebrities and this, that, and the third. But then when I tell them I do a missing person show, they're like, "No, you don't."
Like that's like
Girl,
a whole 180. Like, wait, what?
nah. I get on there and I do what I have to do, and I really want to shoot the next episode. I know you guys heard about the Gilligan Beach killer. Um, yeah, it's a serial killer that actually got caught. So I'm thinking about doing something.
Caught. Okay.
Yeah, but
Don't
there's some
scare me, girl.
people that are still missing. So I really want to see if I can get into that bag.
I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to rewind a bit because you mentioned your Tea Talk. So how did your early video vlogs lead to the creation of Miss Tea Talk? Well, Tea Talk.
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh. I was just watching the first episode like today. And when I look at this, and I love this because it reminds me of when you watch Issa Rae's Awkward Black Girl.
Mm-hmm.
You see how she created that, and then she created Insecure. But I had an iPod. I had a lamp from my parents' room, and I just turned it on, and I was just like, I'm gonna do a show about this. I was like, I'm gonna do this. I had a whole list of things that I was gonna do, but I did it. But it was just I was so ambitious, and I went to school for radio and television. So while I was a YouTuber in the early 2010s, oh my God, I can say that because we went through a decade already. The early 2010s, oh my God, that sounds so crazy. When I was a YouTuber, I was in college for radio and television. So I think it was one of those. I've learned how to kind of do interviews. I've learned how to edit. I learned how to have, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep doing it. And everybody kept supporting me in college, like kept supporting. I was like, oh, this is fun. I did like a college episode, so I love that. Like I still kept that up. So I have like a college episode, and I was like, you know what, I really put my my foot to the pedal when I graduated in 2017 in Brooklyn College. Then I did like episodes every week. I was at people's houses, studios, and I wanted to do a whole series, Tea Talk, because Tea Talk was like hair, makeup, cultural moments. It was like one of those, like, let me get on the camera now because Beyonce performed at the Super Bowl. Let me get on the camera now because Obama got inaugurated. Let me get on the camera now because but I was a part of that time. But then I was like, I wanted to do an interview series and interview as many people as I can. And it just shaped for me. And then pandemic hit. That didn't stop me. I said, I'm gonna do Instagram lives, and I think 117 lives so far. So you guys got like, think about that. Like we only have 2 weeks in the year. I did 117 lives.
Amazing. And the pandemic was the best time for people to like do anything on live because everybody was on their phone. Celebrities were on their phone. I saw people having interviews with full-blown rappers. I'm like, how did you get access to him? And I'm like, oh, it's the pandemic. They don't got nothing else to do.
They would, oh yeah. That's how I had like my most like prominent interview. That's when I was the only person who interviewed Twista. Nobody interviewed Twista but me. I interviewed 112. Bobby V, love you so much, Jay Holiday, Little Mo, like that's when I was like do. I was like, let me just, and I wanted to have like early 2000 series because I was getting those early 2000 artists that paved the way for like R&B and stuff like that. But it was just a time where I'm like, and then I was interviewing people who've lost people throughout COVID, and we went through a lot. We went through the social change was happening in 2021, and I was interviewing activists, everybody was on the actors. Oh girl, for my favorite shows, I was like, come on the show. Models, it was fun.
What was your favorite interview?
I'm gonna say 112 because they I couldn't even believe, I was like, I'm interviewing our Grammy Award, like I couldn't even and it was on Zoom. It wasn't on live. It was on Zoom. But for how humble they were to just speak to me and have these conversations and be candid. This is after their verses. So people were still checking, for them, like, oh, like, what's going on?
Timing.
Yeah. So it was just like, whoa, like I thought that was really cool. And Bobby B was fun too, because it was our first time. I met him. I'm his biggest fan ever in the whole wide world. I'm crazy over him. But to interview him on a professional level, I already know a lot about him, so I didn't write down nothing. it was just a conversation. It was just a real conversation to get to know him a little bit more and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a time. It was a time for me, and I just came back on live. I just started live again last week, and now I'm booked up until March. Like, how'd y'all do that? I didn't even put it on my feed.
I see. My anxiety is so bad. So when I came back for season 2 of this show, and I was thinking of guests, and I always say I'm gonna ask 10 or 20 people. They're all not gonna say yes, but it was like, yeah, sure, I'm free on this day. I'm like, okay. And then I realized, girl, you interviewing every week for like 2 months in a row. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need a break. I'm gonna need a break. Do you take breaks or you just run with it?
Oh my god! In the pandemic, I was running. I did like 50 straight. Like, I don't know what the hell. I was just going. I was doing my makeup.
It's an easy thing. It's not.
It's not. But I hit that ground running. Like, I was doing interviews every week, and now I'm doing it again every week on Tuesdays. I'm like, oh my goodness. And because I reached back out to the people who wanted to do it in person. Mm-hmm. So that's what happened. So it was like 80 people wanted to come on. So I emailed like 40. But these are people from New York. These are not people from around the country.
Right.
So then once PRs saw that I was doing that, like, there's no post on my feed that I came back on live. You just see me just go on live because I didn't even open it up to like the feed. I put it on my story, but like them, and then they told a friend, and they told a friend, and they're like, Tiana, you're booked out to March. We can't. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. But I think like in the beginning of the year, I'd be like, hey guys, I'm really back on live. You guys can book. But then again, when there's a time where I'm gonna stop, I'll stop again. Like, I think it's important. I'm glad that you said that, like, to take those breaks, because this is the first time.
Yeah.
And Instagram used to pay to if you went on live in the pandemic, by the way.
Really? Before I live. Yeah, during the pandemic, I've done one live. I did a conference. Shout out to Penson. He had this thing called a Jamboree, which was like a creators conference, all virtual, all live, and we interviewed. And this is actually my first set of interviews, which I kind of got the idea for the show, of interviewing people in the industry and asking questions. It was me and another girl kind of hosting it. Then we had a DJ come on who would play before and after between sessions. Very inexpensive. We touched a lot of people, but I think that was the first time I like did something like that, like on live.
No, Instagram.
And I didn't get paid for that. Not by him, but like by Instagram. Like, they didn't tell me nothing about that.
Oh, they were giving out like Instagram. So it was like a challenge. So if you go on live every week, if you do live like five times like once a week, then they'll pay you. So one live you got paid $150. Then if you go on live like 10 times, but you have to go once a week and stay on live for 40 minutes, then they paid you like
bring that back now.
They paid like $250. I made $600 just by going on live. I was like, oh,
did you have a creators page or professional page?
This is a business page.
Okay.
But I was just like an extra coin. Like, I loved, like, that was so cool. And they used to be paying for reels, but I wasn't into the reels.
That I did get. And I wasn't making money until stupid reels of mine went viral. And the most I made from the reels program was at least like in 1 month, because they do it monthly, like 4 something. But it was good because every month because you'll get like the month before. So every month I was getting at least between 100 to 300. 1 month I got to 400, but I was getting some coin from my reels. And I was like, oh, this is cute. Until they stopped it. Like, come on, that was Con Edison right there.
It was so, I'm like, if they go back to that, like now, like back, thank you for buying a badge on my first live back. I really appreciate that. I did see that. I was like, oh my goodness. But like, that is cool. Like, gifts are cool now. But I feel like you have to have millions of followers to really like, but now I'm really, I'm gonna be utilizing off of my reels nowadays, talking to you guys more, and that's why I brought a new camera. I'm like I'm like crying about it.
I love it.
I was like, oh my god, and it looks so good, because I want to be professional. Like, I want the iPhone camera. The iPhone camera is not doing it for me anymore. It's done for it. It's cute, but when I saw the quality of this Canon camera I just got, and it's just I'm sorry guys, I'm doing a little quick moment.
No, do it.
People keep asking me. So this is the Canon M200, and it's so small, but the lens is not on it, but it's so small and it flips up. So when you take,
you're using that for your lives.
I'm using this for just taking pictures when I'm out.
Okay.
But when
I was
I'm
gonna say, how does that work with lives?
oh, it can. Oh my God, there's a way you can stream. But I use this. Yeah. Oh girl, you gotta look that up. Cause on Zoom, I can use a DSLR on Zoom.
Okay.
You can do that.
Zoom is like their quality is
there.
great.
Yeah. Zoom, you can use this. It looks so good. Like if I did like actual like real celebrity interviews, I know how to do that. But this is so light in the in I can just I was like I did a review on YouTube. It's coming out probably like tomorrow. I'm back
Come
on
on,
YouTube.
content.
I was like, and I took the picture and it looks. I put on my story. I was like, that's me. Like it looks so. I couldn't even breathe. Like this is like the best, and it wasn't expensive. This is only 600.
Mm-hmm.
The other camera I have another camera.
I clone everything. Don't tell me that. 600.
Oh,
I got up into 4.
so this one is a Canon T7i. This was like 2,000.
Oh.
So, but this is more of a like videos and da 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 da. But this, I'm going everywhere with this, and people keep asking me. Like everybody kept asking me on my story, what camera is it? And I didn't even put what camera it was, but I'm doing a review on it. Then you guys will know what camera it is.
So yeah, check that out.
Yeah. So I'm like, I like that. Invest in yourself. I want to go into that. Invest, like literally invest in yourself if you can. If you have the funds or somebody can fund you, or thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad. Yeah, I asked him and I was like, Daddy, I want a camera.
Oh yeah, my 9-to-5 funds my projects. So
right. Don't you?
That's hard trying to split bills and your passion. I'd be like, which is more important, your bills or your passion? Sometimes passion wins.
Right. And it happens. Like I always tell people, like when you invest in yourself and everything like that, it's gonna take a couple of coins. And this is the stuff that I would record with Missing on Long Island too. So this is the camera I use for recording Missing on Long Island. Is my T7i, and it's great. I'm a camera girl. I'm a creator. So just invest in yourself, invest in quality stuff. It's very important
right now to get my stuff together.
Girl,
every time I interview anyone that I personally know, they're always like, you need to do this in person. You need to do this. I'm like, can y'all stop stressing me out? I'm going to figure it out. I'm trying to get my schedule together.
Yeah. Once you figure it out, it's going to, I'm telling you, it's going to pay off. Like you really, because some people gatekeep, but I was just like, I'm letting the whole world know what I'm taking with this and stuff like that. And any other camera, people
gatekeep on this side. The media girls, the ones I know that I've met, they don't gatekeep at all.
Oh, I love that.
Shit. Nah, definitely one of them.
Pass them my way.
You're definitely one of them.
I know. Oh, yeah, no. I would sit on a panel and give out like freebie. Like I love
that you mentioned that you went to school for this, because I too am a girl who went to school for media, film, production. And I feel like I'm always in these type of debates talking to people, and they're like, "Oh, it's not worth it going to school for it." I mean, I feel like it depends, but I would love if you could talk about how much of your success and your knowledge and how you approach your passion projects can you attest to, like you going to school for this?
Ooh, school was fun. When I went to school, I learned so much about the media law of everything in the technical language of TV and of radio. And when I was in Brooklyn College, I was part of the first student groups that did a podcasting class. Because I know that's a master's class. If you're doing your master's, that's a class you take. But I took that.
Is that before I got my master's in entertainment business? I was looking at Brooklyn College for their school. They have classes at the Brooklyn Navy Yard. Is that program?
Do they? I don't. Girl, it's been so long.
I'm gonna DM you about it, because I can't think of the name.
Brooklyn Navy Yard is getting popular. I was just there. Did you go to Culture Con?
Yes.
I didn't see you, girl.
I was in and out, girl. We're gonna talk about it.
I was there, but I was there.
I enjoyed this year, and I was like, I think I enjoyed it more when I was in that stage of hungry and wanted to network with people, and I didn't really have nothing under my belt yet. So I was like, I want to meet everybody here. And now that I'm at a space where I'm not gonna say I have everything, but I'm always willing to like extend my network. But it
Yeah.
just was different, the
Oh,
energy.
oh
That makes
yeah.
sense.
Did you go on Saturday or Sunday?
I went no, I went Saturday. I didn't want to go Sunday after Saturday. I was
I went on
like,
Saturday.
yeah. And then
I
my
went on,
friend got a free ticket and gave me the other one he got for free. So I was like, I'm so happy I didn't really pay for
oh yeah,
this. So
me there. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, it was just interesting. CultureCon was interesting this year because I went, I got my makeup done, I got my outfit, looked like a baddie bad.
oh, you look
Um,
good. Oh my
Thank
God.
you. I definitely did go for the photo ops to meet some of my followers, to go to the job fair, um, and just to do stuff like that. But you can just tell there's a certain type of crowd that was for,
Mm-hmm.
like
It's not
So
the same. I get what you mean. I get what you mean. But back to the schooling.
back to the schooling. Oh, this is hot. It's okay. I'm still a baddie. Oh yeah, so back to the schooling. So it definitely taught me how to package commercials, and like when you're doing these live shows, if you're in like live television, they are screaming in your ear. And I don't think people understand. So I learned that in school. I've never, yeah, I don't want to get it twisted. I've never been in a professional setting, in TV yet. I'm saying yet because I'll be there, y'all. I haven't been there yet, but I can imagine just what it's like. Just because in school it was very intense. When you're queuing
Mm-hmm.
up, when you're in a live show, commercials have to run on time, and I don't think people understand that. When you're watching these, about award shows. When you're
Yeah.
watching the award shows and these commercials, like they have to cue them up. They have to have the right lower third. You have to have the right person. You have to have everything on time. It's a timing thing. And then once you're not on time, you're paying the company a fee. Like it's all this stuff I've learned in school. So it's a lot of technical. It's not like, yeah, it's a lot of technical things that I love school for that. It was an amazing experience,
Mm-hmm.
and I wouldn't do it again, but it was amazing.
I also think people underestimate that when you do go to school for with this type of degree, that you literally can try everything. Your classes could be a combination of so many different things until you figure out what is it you want to do. You can have that experience without school, but it's just going to be more time consuming. You're going to be spending more money, wasting your time. Whereas in school, it's part of your degree, it's part of the program. Like you're taking these classes, you're learning, and the people you're in your class with could be your executive producer on the project months later. Like people don't underestimate that access.
Right. And I think, and I learned a lot about even like copyright infringement, if people can use your music, if they can use your likeness. And this is the stuff that you I learned as being a radio and TV major. This is before everybody got famous on TikTok and can make a bag. And now we have Forbes content creators that are making millions. This is way before that.
Yeah.
But we're in a different world nowadays. I think it's valuable to go to school if you want to go to school.
Differentiate
But
yourself.
mhm,
Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing. It's definitely, people be like, "Oh, you have a bachelor's?" I said, "Yeah, I do." It's a little dusty,
I do.
but it's dusty. But we're gonna make rounds with it soon.
So let's talk about your ebook. Harness the
Yes, let's
power
talk about
of
it.
media hosting. So your book empowers inspiring media hosts like me. So what are some key takeaways that you hope your readers can gain from this ebook?
Yes, it's so great that you say that, because I want to come out with the 2.0 this year.
Oh,
Yeah,
come on.
I haven't really. I didn't. I gained like 5,000 followers since I've like did that. So I really want to really launch it up, because everything is different. Like TikTok wasn't as popular then. It's different now. It's not as hard to create content as we make it seem like.
Mm-hmm.
And in the book I talk about literally like all. And then you got something too, girl. I remember. But I know I'm about to interview you real quick. But it's definitely, what editing softwares to use, what cameras to use. I think I even said like you can use an iPhone to start out with. What mics to use, what how to create your show, when niche, with anything of that sort. I let people, I give them an insight, and because people want to know, how do you interview this person? Email templates of how to interview people. Um, the takeaway, I want people to know that they can start, and they can definitely, they can do it. It's so cliche though, because we have mental health is a part of this too. We have people, anxiety, and people feel like they're not good enough to start something. Like that happens, and us as creators, we might have times where we're like that as well. Where it's like, yeah, should I put this out? But I'm just like, I'm putting it out. I'm at that point where I'm just like,
you just have to do it. I saw that interview before, and I agree. It does sound cliche, but it's like, if you look at us who have our own platform, you literally just have to do it. You cannot wait for people to give you opportunities. There's no reason why you can't just get on your phone and do the interviews that you want to do. and give yourself that practice, because it's not going to be perfect the first round. I know my interviews are never perfect. Even now, my interviews are never perfect. But I'm not going to stop doing it, because I know, like, even this interview right now, someone's going to watch this on YouTube and find the value in it. Someone who may not have known you, now they know you.
And I love that. It's all about, even, people being in here and coming in and out of here. You never know who's watching your content. I know. Did you hear about the guy that posted a TikTok, or no, had posted a YouTube video, and he had 2 views, and one of the views was Oprah?
Yes. I saw that on TikTok. Yes, love TikTok. Shout out to TikTok.
But do you see that? That's why I don't be tripping. I'm like, one of these views can be Beyonce or Oprah. They're on social media more than you guys think they are. So
Yeah.
they be watching. I definitely feel like, I think Beyonce viewed my Ivy Park unboxing one day.
Say that when I post stuff about it too. Like, Beyonce saw this.
Yeah, Beyonce. Beyonce knows who I'm going to the Rock Nation brunch. Don't play with me with my camera.
And I'm gonna find out what she wearing. We wearing the same thing, girl. Hey, girl.
Right. I mean, like, yes. So it's just like, you just never know who's watching your stuff. I always say that. Like, I'm about to edit a video in a Canon M200. Like, let's see who. You never know. I don't know what producers and people watch Missing on Long Island. I don't know. They're probably watching to see how consistent, or how you put out, or anything like that. So I think that's why, I keep going with the hosting thing. I want people to be like, oh, I want her in here. Mm-hmm. We're developing a show. I think Miss T Talk will be good here for this segment. Right. That's what I'm waiting for, that moment.
Absolutely. It's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Definitely, if I ever see anything in Paramount that's like investigative, I'm like, oh, girl, email this person.
Oh, yeah, I applied for stuff like that. I just think that they need to just watch, because I've given my show to people who work in the industry. Like, I met them. I said, can you watch this? They watched it. They thought it was great, but no budget for me. So it's just one of those. It's like, not Hulu creators watching my show.
Well, and I will say this about the industry right now when it comes to content. What I'm noticing in the industry right now is that, one, a lot of streaming services, platforms, and these production companies are looking to license programs. So they want stuff that comes already fully packaged because it's cheaper for them. So that's like one thing I'm noticing. Like, I'm just thinking about shows that went off air, why it went off air, and shows that they're picking up. I'm just noticing a pattern. So this may or may not be true, but this is just me just seeing it.
No, you know what, you say that, and I'm gonna drop a gem for you for that, because I'm in media. So you probably heard about this, but the show you heard the show, heard about the show, how it was on Lifetime before. So on Lifetime, it got picked up by Netflix. There was already a show. Yeah. They just re-showed the whole show again on Netflix, and you see how they repurposed that. That's exactly what, if anybody was confused, like, that's exactly what she's talking about. Yeah. But it's already done, is already good, and a lot of shows are you're absolutely right. But
I feel like that's it. It's okay, but it's like you need to have a balance of that original stuff that you can. And then also they want to attach projects with talent. Like, if you were to say, hey, I have an idea for a show, and if you're just saying this is a show with me and I'm interviewing people, they're like, okay, that's great. But if you say, oh, and Shonda Rhimes is the executive producer, you have and it's like, oh yeah, we want to be involved. And I hate that you have to attach some type of talent for people who want to get involved. I'm noticing that pattern too in the industry. And I'm noticed it's just like everything all around, even media and hosts. everything is getting so like microwavable. No one wants to really do the real work when it comes to content and putting stuff out anymore. And it blows me because I don't want to be that person. I want to get the ball rolling. I want to sweat. I want to put all of that into a project so that when I'm watching it, I know that I didn't take a shortcut.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm doing the same thing. I'm like, I'm 11 years in. I'll do 11 more.
Right. Because I mean, the process is stressful, but it's fun. It's rewarding.
Yeah. I think the outcome that I'll have will be very fruitful. That's why I just keep people like, how do you keep going? You know, all these trial and tribulations in your life. I'm like,
I think my next question too.
oh yeah. Oh,
about like how to navigate it, because
it's coming.
And we spoke about this on the panel too. Like, people only see what you post on social media as, oh, she's doing it, and it's like, no, you don't see the hard work that comes with this. This is not an easy thing. Don't let this fool you.
Right.
I just look fabulous doing it.
And I definitely, you know, a lot goes on in life. A lot of things try to like stop you, but I'm learning like I gotta keep going. You know, and it's not about, not distracting, feelings or what, internally, but I just feel like, okay, we can take a break when we want to take a break. We can come back when we want to come back. There's no punishment for that. But oh yeah, I'm gonna keep going. It's
self-doubt moments.
I think sometimes I have discouraging moments. Like you said, I'm 11 years in. So why am I not? Why do I get denied to go on this red carpet or this place where people did it for 1 year? Or now I'm gonna say that we talked about this on the panel. I'm gonna bring up the panel, right?
And they're in here. Shout out to Jeans
in here.
for that amazing.
Hi, my ladies. Influencers, they give influencers that job of doing hosting and interviews. Then you have people like us that been grinding, and I'm willing, and I would love feedback. I'm willing to work on what I have to work on to get to where I gotta go.
Tell me.
So I think that's what it is. Like, okay, let me reword this question. Let me just do this. Let me just do that. So I'm willing to work on that in order to perfect the craft. I'm gonna leave it with a quote. But I'm gonna say a quote that one of my teachers told me. Like, practice doesn't make perfect, it makes permanent. So practice makes permanent. So it's just like, that's what I'm gonna be like. That's what I've been doing. That's what I'm gonna be doing.
Also, something I'm still struggling with, but when I think about it, it matters. It doesn't matter, but it kind of motivates me. When people tell me no, I used to be the person of, oh, you tell me no, I'm going through the back door, I'm finding my way in. But then I'm realizing that because I've been like really big on manifesting and kind of paying attention to what my spirit guides are pushing me towards, not to force things. And sometimes a no is like, it's not meant for you to be in this room, or it's not meant for you to be here. You're bigger than this, or we actually want you to do this. You don't need to be over there. Let them have that. So I'm trying to. It's that's a cliche comment, and it's hard to embody that, but that's a real true thing.
I love that you said that, because I feel the same way. I'm like, oh, it's bigger than this.
Yeah, no, it's redirection. Sometimes the things we really want don't mean we're supposed to have it.
No,
and I have to tell myself that every day.
Yeah, that comes down to business, people, relationships. It comes down to literally everything in life. It's like the butterfly effect. I love the butterfly effect. It's like one decision can change your entire life.
Yeah,
it's like it's gonna happen. We're gonna be in the same rooms together. Watch. You're gonna be like,
yeah, we definitely are. I can't wait so we can be seeing each other like, girl. When is season 5? Girl.
Yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait to like really.
Girl, it's not gonna be missing Long Island. It's gonna be just missing with tea talks. Literally.
Like missing. Yeah, I would love to make it like.
You're gonna be a London child. So and so was missing, and I'm here to.
I'm be like, wow. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to keep doing shows like that. I have a show that I'm gonna be coming out with, Till Death Do Us Part. It's a grieving show about like people. I'm just realizing that it's just gonna be my dad. So I want that to come out in February for Valentine's Day.
Nice.
We're gonna do it like probably like a 2-part series, something, to really, because when I put a little snippet of the episode out, it like everybody went crazy. TikTokers and um Instagram was like, I'm realizing people have a soft spot. I haven't really posted like soft spot content,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like, I didn't know I was helping somebody. I'm gonna be posting more heartfelt stuff, because you just never know who's going through grieving anything, job situations, relationships. Like I think somebody was telling me like 120 years from now, nobody's gonna know who I am, and that sounds crazy because maybe like, or okay, I'm gonna be realistic.
They gonna know me.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, like 1,000 years from now, I'm gonna be realistic. Nobody's gonna know who we are in 1,000 years. So just do everything that we can now. Like if you want to put things out, just like do it. So that's my whole like for the end of the year.
Pumping out projects left and right. What is inspiring you? Like you just wake up and have an idea of a show and just like, let's get to work.
Yeah, I'm really like flight or like that. Like I'm like, okay, I gotta just do it. I gotta do it. So when I did that, like, people probably forgot about it, but it's gonna come out. I'm like, oh, Tiana did talk about this last year. Cause I did like a couple of like casting stuff, but I'm realizing a lot of people who were married they don't want to come on camera talk about grief. I'm like, well, my dad wants to, so we're gonna have him. We're gonna have him on. So it was more like a legacy video, but I wanted to kind of make it like, okay, let's do it. And he said, yeah. So we're gonna now, I'll have new equipment and stuff like that. So that's what what we're gonna do. We were talking about Black love, and then we look at Black love on TV. They're divorced, and now we're talking about them. What about the people who survived through their marriages and lost somebody?
Right.
So it's a little different take on so I want to keep creating content. I have a list of things that I want to do for myself and for my network. I'm creating like a TTU network, TikTok Universal Network. So it's like I want to keep creating.
Is it like a Shondaland type?
Yeah, it's like a Shondaland. It's like an Issa Radio. It's like a Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon. Love Steve Harvey. Love them. They create these entities and this stuff, and they just keep creating. So I want to do stuff like that. I think that's like
I like that you're creating stuff that is helping people, and it's also, like you said, solving a problem, which is so specific. And I really admire that, because I kind of only see myself just one-tractional, as I just want to host. I don't know what else I want to do. It'll come along, but this is what I want to do. But I love that you just have this big book of plans of things that you want to do. I really do admire that.
Girl, like I'm all of the shows that I want to do is just, once I can fund everything or get funding, we're on. So it's going to be a point where it's like, okay, Monday, this comes out. Tuesday, T-Talk Tuesday. Wednesday, this comes out. So it'll be something like, okay, we're tuning into this on these days. So that's the type of thing that I aspire to do, is like literally like we're tuning into here because Tiana's interviewing this celebrity. Oh, then Missing Long Island comes out on Fridays, Freaky Fridays, whatever. Like Missing Long Island. I didn't mean to say Freaky Friday, but guys, you know what I mean. You guys get it.
I mean, that's how I think of it. Humpback Wednesdays, Stacey Thursdays, Freaky Friday.
Yeah, like so I just think that like I want to do something like that. Once I have all my content like up like that, that's how I want to like shoot. And then it's cool on YouTube. People can subscribe to a certain content. There's subscribers that only subscribe to Missing on Long Island on my page. There's subscribers that only watch T-Talk on my page, or my hair videos. I haven't done any makeup videos. I haven't. No, we're not doing that. Maybe when I get better at it. But the hair stuff like that, and like my little I might get into vlogging, but I kind of want to just like. It's hard to say, like following the trends is like sometimes that's not in our heart. Like Get Ready With Me, I'll try it, but I'm like, oh God, I don't feel like cutting and who Get Ready With Me with where we're going. But
unless someone's actually filming me get ready, I can't get with that one.
Like they have like these big old rooms they put on their clothes. I'm like, to create a whole different corner for my room for that.
Right.
Get ready with me. But you know, you never know what you're good at until you put out content and see how it's received.
Yeah. Your whole aura just screams like you want to help people. Like you give and I always miss it. You do the Starbucks like randomly gift card thing.
Girl, that
I
is
always
so
miss
fun.
it, and I hate it.
I
But
know. I forgot about that.
but in the spirit of helping people, I think what sets you apart as I would say a media maven. I'm not gonna just call you like a host or none of that, because you're touching every avenue. You also have a mentorship program for inspiring media professionals, which is bananas.
It's so fun.
Let's talk about that.
It's like I live through them. Like they give me ideas and what they want to do. Like, you know, I help with you know, people want media kits. I can help with the media kit. I can help with brand identity. You know, people just need that extra push and they need the accountability. And I'm here to be your accountability partner. Now that I have the time and mental to help you, I'm willing, and I can help you guys get to where you gotta go. People want to create shows, they want to be a host, they want to do seasons of shows, they want to do this and do that. I on that umbrella, I hope you get to the next step. And I want to see you put in as much work as I put in as much work for you. So
what are the qualifications to be a part of the program? You want to like just fill out application? Like you don't have like a cutoff age. You don't have to
no, actually I don't. I have a few college kids that want to join the program. I have older women that is 48 in their 50s that are actually wanting to get into stuff like that. I have people my age, people who are that work in the industry. I'm like, I want to get. So it's so funny because they want to be where I am and I want to be where they are. So it's like
y'all don't see each other the same way that you see yourself.
So crazy. They're like, oh, I want to be as independent and work on my stuff. I'm like, but you work for one of the biggest conglomerate media companies, and you are like, I'm like, it's not what it's cracked up to be. Like, it's not.
You know what it is? What I can see what they admire in you, because I admire it too. Is because you have creative control of what you want to do. And like me, I work for a media company, but I'm just working. I don't have a say in what type of content I want to see on TV or on streaming platforms. I'm just there to do my job. And it's just kind of like, that's just it with me. Of course, I'm inspired seeing things that I'm taking, how they operate for how I want to operate. You know, I'm learning things, especially when I'm like looking at contracts for influencers or talent. When I do my own contracts, when people book me for stuff, I know exactly the type of things I want to put in it. So like, that's the educational piece of it. But as far as growing in a company, I don't want to be no big time exec, and most of us don't.
Right.
We're there to be inspired, but when we see people like you that's like doing it, that's not affiliated with nothing, it's like, what the fuck? I want to do that too.
Hey, yeah. So I think and I'm glad that you say that, because now I get it. Now I see from this. I see from like, oh my God, I want to make money by doing that, or I want to make more money by doing that, and da da da. And then it's like, you're right. No creative control. No, you can't put this here. Put that there. You gotta
work. Co-workers backstabbing you. You know what I do with.
Right. I'm gonna. Oh man.
That's a mentor on you too. Like I was at a point a couple of months ago when my job was stressing me out, and I wasn't inspired to do anything on the side. I didn't want to do no bookings. I didn't want to come outside. I was like in a really dark place, and I had to really slap myself like, "Hey, yo, we got shit to do, bro. I'm gonna let you be sad today, but stop being emotionally invested in this job. They are just funding this.
They're just
wake the fuck up.
What you're doing. Yep. And once I definitely I feel that once you get something that, like, you know, that's funding your dream, and then you can be like, bye bye. See you later. Bye bye.
Once the dream starts paying the bills full time, it's like, all right, y'all. It was great. See ya.
It was great. It was great to be around these people, and you know, and then you're good. You be making 4-figure deals by just being you. Yeah.
And people are doing it. I'm telling you, when you're next up, and I'm
right. Oh yeah. I'd be like, guys, here's my first 4-figure brand deal. I'll take that. I would love to, like, I will talk about that, But like when I get there, like 4-figure brand deals are a thing, and then everybody keeps telling me I have the followers because they're organic and but it's the money's out there. You just have to really know and just be careful. I learned a lot when I went to Instagram Meta last week.
Yes, talk about that. I saw that. I was like, wait, why everybody was there and I wasn't?
Oh my God, Frank. Yeah, because I'm part of I'm part of Meta's creator group. So they invited only a few of us. I was chosen, and I've learned, like, wow, you can monetize off of Instagram. You can monetize off of brand deals. You can get a manager. You don't have to pay all these people. You can, So I was like, okay. So I've been doing more reels this month. This month, and I'm gonna do way now. I got my child. I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna do more stuff. This motivated me to do more more content, and more relatable content that I can relate to. Now, so.
Do you see yourself attaching yourself to other people's project, like just as a producer, or just as a writer, or just like a consultant?
Yeah, that's
another bag that you could be getting.
Yeah, I would love to do that, and if I need some contracts and stuff. But I have a whole library of who I would get in contact with to pay to help. But yeah, I would definitely love to. I would love my logo. I mean, I've funded a few things. Like I helped funded a little bit of things where my logo is attached to it as like a sponsor. Like I'd be sponsoring like people's play, food, and just like I'm like a silent sponsor. Like I really don't like, hey, I did especially in pandemic, them nurses was getting my coins. I was like, yes, you're gonna eat. I was, or like Starbucks, I'm sponsoring your breakfast. I'm paying for your breakfast and stuff like that. But when it comes down to production wise, as you mentioned, oh yeah, I can't wait.
I see it for you. I see you having your projects. That's where you're, spending your money and you're getting your content out there. But I also see that being funded by the people who are hiring you for their projects.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm looking for a producer. Oh, T-Talk or Tiana, I need you on here.
Oh yeah.
Like just involved in other people. You don't have to leave your house. You just on Zoom calls consulting with people, and like I'm telling you.
Yeah, I would love to. Yeah, girl, I love that. I definitely want to do that. That's something that I really want to do. That's why I really want to push out more content. More people to see who I am and what I do, and really just see the work that I've been putting in for over a decade. This is not new. This is not. We ain't new. We just really
know. My friend Michael, he got flown to LA. He was meeting with these people who he had a bunch of projects that I was involved in, and they bought the projects from him. And I don't know if they put them on a platform. I don't know, but it's like if you would meet with Tubi and Tubi bought your projects.
Oh
that
yeah.
thing. But I would love for you guys to talk, and he can kind of talk to help you or put you in contact with whoever he was talking with, where he sold the project.
Hello.
About it, because it would be great if you have your project that you started, and it could be something that you probably don't care about no more. It's this is something I started, but I'll license this to you guys. You can buy it and take it, but as long as I continue to get my credit for it,
right?
Your residual money, from the mind, the credit be from the mind of Miss T-Talk,
Of course, I can't wait to even be in those creative rooms to where I can do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I would love that. Like, oh, we know this is what she does, and this da da da. Call me up, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
I can't wait. Like, I definitely want my Shark Tank moment with a lot of people. Like, I want to speak to Issa about what I do, Steve, Nick, like those. If I have a Shark Tank moment with them, I need 3 minutes and let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Is you investing or what?
Right. Like, listen, you don't like this idea? I got something else. Yeah.
So it's just one of those where it's like, we live, but content is heavy. Everybody's making content. It's really about what separates you from everybody else.
And we already see what separates you, girl.
Oh, thank you.
I can't wait to be able to be sharing my stories. Like, I know her, y'all.
Yes. Like, I know
Amazon
her.
gives $4.5 million deal to Miss T-Talk for
right.
Yes.
I would throw up. I would be like, oh my God, like I can't wait for a time. I say this very humbly, but it's hilarious. For a time where I don't answer all my DMs.
Oh,
I answer all of them. I
I,
look at all of
I
them.
know what you mean.
I can actively look at all my DMs because I'm that person. But the day where it's like, oh, I have all these DMs and people, I can't do it.
And
It's gonna be a time.
it's not a Sadiddy thing. It's like I have 5 DMs. I can answer 5 DMs. But if you wake up one day, you have 1,000. I can't get to everyone. Though that's when you know you're really doing it.
That's when I know I'm like, I love this. But I can answer everybody now. Everybody gets an answer from me now because I can
It's
actively.
definitely gonna happen for you. I see it. I really think it will happen for you next year. Like I don't know. Talking to you, I'm getting anxiety about it because I'm so excited for you.
Oh
Now
my God, thank you. Oh my God,
and I feel like it's happening sooner than you think. Like something's in the works because you're doing it the way it's supposed to be done. You're doing it independently. You're doing it from a good place. Like your reasoning behind doing all of this is just like,
oh my God, somebody look at this and see what I'm doing because I really co-workers, people.
Hopefully someone watches mine on YouTube is like, let me get into contact with this T-Talk girl. She got like, y'all should.
Right.
Like a full package. Like
a full package. And I can work with you guys. I'm ready for that moment. I'm ready to be like, Mom, this is where I'm at. Like, look what you did. I'm here. Oh, for
and you did
those
that.
who doesn't, oh gosh, sorry. For those who doesn't know, if you got this far, my mom passed away last year unexpectedly, and I feel like she's always rooting for me, and she's always here, and I do everything in her honor, and I tell her everything at the cemetery. I go there every week, and I be like, Mom, I'm doing this. Mom, I'm doing this. Mom, this happened. This happened. This happened. So I feel like I have a guardian angel who looks over me and is not gonna let up.
Yep, and she opening them doors too.
Like open, like.
And dreams. Give my baby this opportunity.
Right.
All right.
And I feel it. I definitely feel it. I didn't forget about it, but I know like people don't really like to talk about it. But it's gonna happen.
It is.
Watch.
It is. You're doing it from such a pure place that it's inevitable. Honestly, it's not the idea of if it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's when.
It's when. And then, it's gonna be it's gonna be a good life. I'm gonna learn a lot for when that does happen. You learn a lot. Learn a lot of ups and downs.
I'm glad you said the whole thing. You get to a level where you continue to learn.
You continue to learn. Things happen. Like it's not all like, oh my God, like the best stuff. When what did he say? More money, more what?
Problems. Because then you're going to get to a point where it's like now you're getting all these offers, but it's like which one is more brand appropriate? Which one do I want to attach myself to and be affiliated with? And we all know the higher you get, the more weird and Hollywood it gets.
Oh yeah, I'm understanding that now finally,
especially as a black
woman.
Because we always want our story so organic, and we have a way we want to tell our stories. But then the minute a studio or someone gets attached to it, they make these unnecessary changes, and it's really because we know who our audience is. We're doing this for Black people. They want to try to make it comfortable for everyone. It's like it's okay if we have content just for Black people. You know that, right? Like it's fine. You don't have to change my story up or change what I'm doing to fit your audience. It's not for them.
Right.
They don't need a translation. They don't need to watch it.
Girl, I be saying that. I literally be saying that, and I'm very like excited for the future. I'm very excited for I'm so glad that we connected and we still connected. Like I just met you. Well, I had fun in Costa Rica, by the way.
Yes, we talked about that.
I had a ball. So it's so funny because that's when I met you.
I think I just came back while I was going.
You just came back.
Yes.
From your birthday.
Yes. Dang, what that time ago that was?
May.
Oh, what's it, May?
I remember Mother's Day was that Sunday. So I definitely, oh my God, I'm good with memories and names and dates and times. God was,
That's a skill. Names,
ooh,
but I remember your face. I'll say, hey, I met you that day, and I'll start just bringing up
oh
stuff to
yeah.
like clues.
I'd be like, oh, I know exactly what day. I'm like, oh, I met you August 5th. They'd be like, I'd be like, because it's in my head. Like, like, yeah. So I definitely remember, I met you, first week of May. And and then it was good. I went home. It was that Saturday, Mother's Day weekend. And yeah, it was amazing how we can connect and still be here 4 or 5 months later, just
Absolutely.
rooting for each other.
Ever since that panel, I've been like locked in with your journey and looking at your stuff. So
Yeah, me too. Me too.
we're gonna be at the brunch together, child. Like, hey, Beyonce, we matching, girl.
I cannot wait. Oh, I'm going. I'm
But
going
I
to the
know
brunch
we are
tomorrow.
running out of time,
Yes.
so just two last things. Maybe some last words on this is probably a two-part question. One, some last advice you want to give to media professionals, and then some things you have coming up. I know you
So
mentioned some of it.
right. So media professionals is very cliche, but I'm gonna switch it up this time around. Like I was like, oh, don't give up, don't give up. Da, da, da. I'm gonna tell y'all, do not look at like I told you before, don't look at the likes or the views. Just keep going. I was watching a lot of I was watching a very random, but a documentary on Matt Rife. Matt Rife is a comedian. He's a comedian. And he's been doing this for 10 years, and he's been
You know,
posting.
he always like cutting jokes on the people in the
Yeah,
crowd. I love him.
yeah, he's great. He sold out until 2025. So what had happened was he just made that one TikTok that went viral, then he flew off. Like he blew up, and he was doing a lot of things, meeting media professionals, and then all of his other views went to 1 million and 35 million and stuff like that. So just to keep putting out that content, don't let it go anywhere. You never know who's watching, because that happened to me. Missing on Long Island had like 10,000 views in 1 week, and then the next week it had 100,000. So it was very like, what's going on? And then it went viral again in the pandemic with like another 100 and something thousand. So you just keep things there, and you just never know who's gonna watch. I was like, oh, I want to archive this, but I don't really archive anymore, really. So you never know who's watching, or who's at 1 or 2 viewers. And coming up, just Tea Talk is gonna be till next year. Missing on Long Island, I want to work on another episode or two. I want to do some red carpet stuff. Hopefully, I can build up my credibility and everything to be on. I want to do that. I want to interview more celebrities. I want to interview more notable people. I feel like I'm at the stage in my career where I really want the big hitters. So I really want to get that going. And just really build the media empire that I started in 2012. So,
And describe yourself in 3 words.
oh my
That's the always
gosh,
that's the shot question.
that is a shock question. What are we in the finals in basketball? Oh my goodness. Describe myself. Can I use 3 describable words, or describe myself in three
Well, yeah,
words?
like just 3 words that if someone was to say Tiana, 3 words that would pop up, or how you would want them to know you as.
Like go getter,
Mm-hmm.
ambitious. All
Mm-hmm.
the same kind of word. I kind of
And
like
I was thinking of, I was like, all
that.
right,
Yeah,
I'll give you another one.
that's a little synonym. So definitely a go-getter, risk taker. Definitely, like I'm crazy. Like I'm gonna do this show. Um, hmm. I would also say like caring, loving and caring. Because you reminded me of like Starbucks I forgot about. And like I was like, whoa, like I really care about people. I really want to help people. Like nurturing, I would say, like in a media sense.
I was thinking of along that theme too when I was like, she's struggling. I was like, generous girl.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, that's me. That's me. Yeah. So those are the 3 words. Now when I watch this back, I gotta like write that down.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. Make sure you guys, if you're not following her at Miss TE Talk, Miss T Talk, YouTube. You're on YouTube as T Talk also?
Oh yeah, I was lucky. I'm Miss T Talk everywhere. Like
Oh,
I'm the only
great.
I'm the only one in the world.
Great. As it should be.
Right.
So make sure you guys follow, like, subscribe to her content. For those who are watching this on YouTube, subscribe, support her. Make sure you follow her on Instagram so you can get them free Starbucks. I'll be watching. I'll never get it in time. Turn them alerts on. And I appreciate you so much for coming on. This is actually an amazing episode. I knew it was going to be.
Yes.
That's why I really need you on.
I'm so happy. Thank you so much for inviting me to come on tonight. I really appreciate you. And we got to link up, girl.
We do. We need to have like a non-professional link up. Like, let's just go out.
Yes. Please, let's just do
I feel
that.
like places that you've been that I probably just left or I didn't go, decide not to go, is always like conferences or like the creative space. Like, we need to just go to a hookah lounge, just chop it up.
Do something. We can definitely do that. I'll be with it.
All right, girly. Thank you so
All right.
much, and thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you. Have a good night. Bye.